Okay, welcome part 153ers. If you didn't see the other recordings, they were on my mobile. I was at the courthouse all day. I'm exhausted, my back hurts, everything hurts. I didn't eat anything at the courthouse, and the stream that we ran yesterday is now deleted. So, goodbye part 150ers, welcome part 153ers. Yes, I'm eating. We've made enough blessings, but I'm completely out of money. Almost out of Omega-6. Actually, Omega-3. Looks like I'm gonna have to get it from flaxseed, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. Wow, that saffron is really intense. Really intense. Mm. Oh, I know. Mm. Oh. I was gonna make life back. Mm. The water's not warm enough. Let's try it. See what happens. Okay. Well, let's do that. Oh. See if just soaking in cold water will do anything. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of working. Yeah, that's surprising. I didn't expect that. All right, so we're gonna have this for tonight, for now. Hmm. Hmm. I want to make some tahini sauce. Missed a half a day of eating. Not great. We'll make up for that. Hmm. Needs an hour. Got some chickpeas here. Oh. A little bit of soy sauce on this one. We'll make it a little bit larger, just because we want to make the most of each rice wrap. Make it a couple of bites. There's some lentils in here, some cabbage. My body's starving for salt and electrolytes. Whoa, way too much. That's gonna be really salty. Hmm. No, that was okay. Okay, this is gonna be messy. Very messy, yeah. Oh yeah, that's not gonna go well. All right, well, we can try. Hmm, it works. Hmm. Oh, good. So incredibly good. Thanks for bearing with me. So we're out of olive oil, or I'm out anyway. But I actually do have one little vial left. But if it's a flavor I really don't like, but that's okay, I'll have it. is going through a funeral right now. So both of our big funders are gone, and they might be gone for a month. So Marlena, you're kind of stepping in here and filling those shoes a little bit. So that's kind of a problem that I've been facing today. And my court case, I had to pay for some last minute filing fees, which are super expensive. And the printer messed up because it always messes up in the law library. Always, you guys. It's bizarre. It's like some kind of Twilight Zone. Um, so yeah, I wasted some money on that. And I spent a little bit of money on tofu and a little bit on noodles today because they were relatively cheap. So Nawaz, Uswa, you're probably I'm tracking how much blessings you're doing. Like Nawaz, you're up at like 48 or something. So we actually have to pay you again. So a chunk of that money that Marlena's sending is gonna have to go to just topping you off. And then we're gonna have to track like when you guys are gonna have to stop because we're out of money. Because I don't know how much you guys want to overshoot, right? If you do like 50 blessings, then all of a sudden we can't afford it and I die, then you're kind of stuck with doing all that work for nothing. So yeah.
So, you being alive is more important for us than money. That's not it.
Well, at the same time, it is a little bit of I gotta be careful, right? Because it is a little bit of a guilt trip in a way. You know what I mean? You come to do this job, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I'm responsible for this guy's life. You know, go as far as you want. I'm not gonna stop you. I do think all of our lives are probably gonna end anyway, starting in 6 months. So I really don't think we have anything to lose. But there's a miracle that could happen, and we might not experience this dystopic, hellholish reality. Um, but the signs are pointing in the direction that we are going to go through that. Uh, so
Yes,
yeah,
and I talked to my friend yesterday. I convinced him to do blessons. Yeah, and he said he's a investment. He works in investment banker, and he said he couldn't manage unfortunately for ELMs because he has a very busy life. But meanwhile, he can take a time in his office. He can go for a focus room, and easily he can make videos and post. That's why I sent his profile, Facebook page. I shared him to you in your WhatsApp. I hope you checked his profile.
I didn't. I didn't even get a chance to check anything, you guys. Like when I'm at the courthouse like that, it's insane. Like I'm working so hard to try and beat these court deadlines and all the problems that happen in the courthouse. It really is like a warp zone. It's just bizarre. Um, so I saw your message right when I was getting into the law library, and that's why I sent you that one video very quickly, just to get you moving. I think I might have sent you one more thing, but I didn't get to check his profile. But if we're running out of money, right, we probably should get him paid for 2 or 3 blessings just to get him used to the fact that if he pitches in and somehow uses his investment banker friends to pull in like 100 grand or 1 grand or $100, whatever, then he knows that we're not hoarding it. We actually are giving it to the exploited, right? Um,
Yeah, he's just an employee, sir, in Northern Trust.
you never know how strange things happen in strange ways. When you act in miraculous ways, incredible things happen. So that's why I'm trying to send the example. But maybe he can plant a seed. Like maybe he can. I'm going to be published in a magazine in about 3 or 4 weeks from now, and we could probably order a copy and put it on the desk or wherever in the lounge of whatever investment firm they're at. Um,
Yes,
I don't
that
know.
will be very,
I don't
very good.
know. Maybe.
It's a brilliant idea.
And I was thinking, you know what? We just spent like $350 on blessings right now. That's enough for 1 month of one coder could have coded the platform. Do you know what I mean? Like we're about to raise $600 to make this next meal work in the next week. Well, I get to eat for 2 more days, and then it's like 6 days. So with $600, you could hire 2 full-time coders to make the Spirit platform, right? But you know, as long as we can keep doing the flow rolls this well and bring on new people, that's sort of the priority because if you have a platform and nobody's using it, the platform's kind of useless, right? So we have to like
Yes.
balance and see what is the best combination. Yeah, no us? Oh,
Sir, we couldn't hear you.
my phone just died. We need to balance between people coming into the ELMs and using platform.
Yeah, so you are audible. The mark is not.
Okay, so, sir, are you hearing me?
What's that? Can you hear me?
Mark, if you are hearing, if you can hear, you can reply chat.
I unmuted. My phone just died, so I unmuted my microphone and then it somehow muted itself back together. But yeah, what I was saying is we got to keep a balance between how much we're coding the platform and how many people we're getting to use the platform through the lessons. So yeah, I'm trying to pull up the timers. Go ahead.
Got very late at night and I sent my friend, he was already sleeping. So I think this morning I will meet the photo friend. I know one more guy, but he's not much experience. I talked to him. He said this thing required very more expertise, and his expertise was not matched. He knows basics. He said I will see if someone is there. And well, the guy I was saying, I will meet him today morning. Now, after
So that's today. It's morning, your guys' time. Okay.
yes.
Okay, great.
Okay, sir, I forgot to tell you that yesterday Abdullah told me about his friend Ali, uh, who wanted to make lessons. Abdullah told that he tried a lot, but he couldn't memorize or create videos, so he refused to make the lessons.
Okay, that's Ali, right? That was that young kid that I originally paid and then he just didn't want to do them. So he can't do them because his memory's not good enough? Wow. Well, we could make them more simpler.
Yeah, that words might be complex for him.
Um, at the same time, it's kind of risky because they're not that hard. So if somebody can't do that level of work, it's kind of like they might not be able to handle the intensity that we're working at. If they have lower IQ or a learning disability, maybe we can address that. Um, that's okay.
And it can take more time than if you can post one video per day, then it works. Right? It can take more time learning by heart.
That's right. If we can pull on other people, then keep looking. That'd be kind of a priority. Learn the lessons yourself because it is a way to get us to start launching the wisdom teams and starting to think what kind of projects can we run.
Yeah. And how many lessons can a person do per day?
That's a good question. Before it was like you could do as many lessons that existed, but now that we have, I think we have 84 or 90 or something. So you could technically do all 90 and you would make 100, almost you make $200 Canadian, I guess. But the problem though is if you do all 90 and we don't have the money, right? Then we'll be in debt to you. But to be honest, I think what will happen, you guys, if I'm being totally honest, is I think that we probably will do something like that where we'll be hundreds of blessings in debt to everybody. And then some millionaire is going to come along who's really inspired by us getting like hundreds of people doing this. And then somebody's going to make like $100,000 donation and then everybody's going to get paid up. Like something like that is usually how it happens. Um, I think for probably the next 1 or 2 meals maximum we might get. We might hobble along, but then I think we're probably going to have to. Yeah, I think if we last another 2 weeks, people should be coming back from around the world. I'm almost out of time here. So I think that, yeah, like Marlena could probably do 80, Joe could probably do 80. If it gets really desperate, which it's going to, there's enough blessings right there with those people who aren't getting paid yet. Marlena, we're trying to negotiate you, of course. I don't think Joe would want to. That we could still pull up a couple of meals. But then after that, I have to make a bunch more blessings, which I can. I can still make like another 100 blessings probably. But that's where we're heading to. I'm almost out of time here. So Marlena, so Uswa has the most amount of time. What do you guys think?
Sir, have you taken wage well?
Have I what?
Yeah, Uswa, he took yesterday. He was concerned about your meal, whether you took your meal well yesterday.
Yeah, well, I eat a few parts of the meal, right? Because it takes me time to warm up my body, but we didn't hit refeeding syndrome, so I can eat a lot faster. So I'm probably gonna eat tonight, tomorrow, and then I think that might be it, or maybe the next day maximum, depending. I don't have the same amount of food here, and I didn't eat almost all of today, which sucked. Um, but yeah, well, thanks for the donation. So yes, I'm recovering right now. I decided to eat a little bit ahead of time. I was gonna wait one more day, but I didn't. So anyway, let's keep our eyes and ears open. Let's do a little bit of cheesy. I think we're almost at the end of the cycle. 5 more minutes to the end of the cycle. Really? Is it only 5:30?
I see
7:30.
six, we have 64 minutes. That's fine.
Wow, we're doing really good. Yeah, we still have time to do some real chizzy. Um, well, we have 5 more minutes of this anyway. 4 more minutes. So I was thinking of calling it short.
How many minutes have they left from the cycle 3, sir?
4.5.
Oh, it shows 15 for me.
You're putting your timers in the background. You gotta set them at the same time. Oh, my food's gonna be here in 4 minutes. And it signed me out of my phone for some reason. Oh no, did I miss my delivery? Oh, wow. Jeez, guys.
So
Um,
once you got the targeted blessings or lessons, you eat that whole day or only one day?
it's supposed to be one meal, but my body's too weak to eat one full meal. Me, when I started the hunger strike, I said one full meal is like me at full strength. I can eat 4 vegan hot dog or 4 vegan smokies, 2 packs of noodles. Like I can eat like 2,000 calories and 88 grams of protein. If I really drag it out over 3 hours, I can eat a heck of a lot. So I try and get my body up to that, and then I make my last meal that one. So it's technically like 3 or 4 or 5, like it's like 10 partial small little meals. Like my first meal will be just cucumbers and like cucumbers and a little bit of avocado, right? Like there's like not even 100 calories in that. And then my next meal will be like rice soup, which is like another 150 calories. So like I have to my first like five meals or so are like not real meals. They're just to prevent brain damage. So usually it takes me a full day to eat those small meals, and then I can start eating heavier. Like I can eat fiber, like cabbage and stuff like that, by the next day. And by the last day, that's when I'm eating tofu and lentils and eating like my full, as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So that's why I drag it out over 3 days, is because I literally just can't digest fast enough, even with enzymes. even with digestive enzymes.
Try avoiding processed food, like tofu and all. And one more thing which works for me, after eating the meal, for 20 minutes you must not drink water. Then after 20 minutes we can drink water. So this helps in digestion, because digestion is basically heat process. So we need heat to get in our stomach all acids, and then as soon as we drink water, that HCl, hydrochloric acid in our stomach gets diluted, so it delays the time for digestion. But after 20 minutes, if we drink water, that doesn't happen too much.
Yeah, I do that. I drink water and a little bit of apple cider vinegar before I eat.
Yeah.
And I take like apple cider vinegar really gets your enzymes going. Um, so yeah, I do all of that, and then I don't drink much water except when I take a pill, like a vitamin and all this stuff. Like I've mastered the art of eating. But yeah, you're right. If you drink too much water, it dilutes your stomach acid, and it makes it harder to digest. So, but I can't get dehydrated, right? So it's a really finicky balance. But you're totally right. I'm under 1 minute.
Not immediately after the food. We can drink
Yeah, about
after.
30 minutes after. Yeah, you're totally right. I learned that a little bit of that from Sudeepa, who's one of our hardcores here. Um,
But what's concerned about the blood pressure also, sir? Because
yeah,
so many days you'll be eating, then suddenly your glucose level is going to get high, that too suddenly, and sudden after 1 or 2 days, glucose level is going to drop drastically because you'll be on under strike. Are you consulting a doctor or dietitian for this, sir?
my family are doctors. My sister's a surgeon. Hold on, guys. I'm getting a delivery. So do a vote. I'm gonna burn some fudge time. Or Nawaz, can you cover me for a second with fudge time?
Okay.
Just give me 1 second, guys. Do a vote.
Okay, guys, take your 30 seconds to vote for the next default itinerary, that will be Chelsea. We have around 25 minutes, dedicate 5 minutes to the feedback and music, then we have around 20 minutes. Just for you to keep in mind when voting the right. Oh, very well. Marlena, if you are driving, I can vote for you. I can do the voting for you. Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I
Okay, so I'm back. I got my food here, which is nice. So it's not working to verify my food. What the heck, you guys going on? Okay, so we're gonna do Chizzy, and it looks like Nawaz and I voted, and the girls are not talking, so that means that something is weird
you
going
also
on.
voted, sir, and the final time is
1840.
18 minutes.
Great job. Oh, who created the timer? That was fast. Okay, we'll start Chizzy now, and as you guys know, Chizzy works in terms of you say your tribe, you pick one word that you really want to place. The influencer is supposed to put up the last conversation, and we're going to build on that. And if you want to reiterate your positions on God, Jesus, and Muhammad, and consciousness, you can do that, and I'll try and track it. And we have 3 minutes fudge time. Marlena has 8 minutes. Nawaz has 15 seconds. I have 1 minute and 40. Uswa has 7:23. So we're going to start with the highest bidder, which is Marlena. Go ahead, you guys. Who wants to go first?
So what exactly am I doing?
You're paying attention is what you're doing.
For what?
You're going to say your tribe, and then you're going to say if you've changed your positions on God, Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, or consciousness.
Okay, all the positions are the same. My tribe is 5. Logic, nature, spirit.
Okay, next. Who wants to go next? Who's Nawaz? Did you change your tribes? I'll go next. I didn't change anything. I'm pretty rock solid where I place things. I'm in tribe 5, logic, nature, spirit, and I put God in logic. I put Jesus and Prophet Muhammad in spirit as a return to God, and I put consciousness also in spirit. Anybody else?
And I'm also in tribe 1, spirit, nature, logic. And I also put God and prophecy in also spirit.
Okay. You still have the most amount of time, Uswa.
Yeah, I'm slowly talking, keeping and I like to keep same tribe, that is tribe 1, spirit, nature, and logic, and I'll keep God beyond our understanding, beyond all three words, and Prophet Muhammad and all other prophets in spirit.
Okay, we're back on Marlena. She has the most amount of time.
So what are we exactly supposed to do? Just like discuss?
Yeah. So I'm trying to find everything here. It's a little bit frustrating for me because I didn't get a chance to prepare because I was doing the legal stuff, and now I got my food, which is good. My phone is dying. A whole bunch of stuff is happening to me all at the same time. But you're just supposed to say now, okay, we're not in the same tribes. Now let's spend the rest of the time trying to convince each other to get into our tribe or the same tribe. So I want to say one thing right away, which is um, I'm burning Fudge time. I'll burn my time now. If you look at, go ahead.
Time, you can have 2 minutes.
Okay. So this is Marlena's wish. She wants to learn how to sublate some stuff. So we're gonna try and do it with Nawaz right now, because Nawaz gave a really strange answer um, to his chizzy, which no one else has really given before, except for people in tribe like 7. But he didn't choose tribe 7. So Nawaz says that God is not in any of the categories. God is beyond, right? And that's something that like Islam is famous for, is because if you draw Prophet Muhammad or you draw Allah, you get killed, right? It's like a sin so bad that you can literally be killed. And like there's the guy in North America that was mocking Islam and drew Prophet Muhammad in a cartoon, and he's been getting death threats for years now. Do you know what I mean, Nawaz? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, yeah, when it comes to Muhammad, it's honor in Islam is very.
Oh, wait a second. You're out of time. Maybe I should ask Uswa. Have you heard of this, Uswa?
Also, you can also have 3 minutes.
3 minutes, Marlena?
Yeah.
You're not in a talkative mood? All right.
Okay. I'll co-executor, you will do it, Mark, or should I do it myself?
Do what?
The donations from online. Okay, done. Wow, you are really fast.
Yeah, I've been doing it for hundreds of meetings, so.
It's amazing handling 2 roles, executor and influencer, and we are still trying to understand our role because everything is new here.
I can do all of them, but I'm behind. If I had a chance to prepare ahead of time, I could have done better. But we're not bad. We're on perfect time. But go ahead, Nuas.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. It is when it comes to Prophet Muhammad's honor. Yeah, everybody in Islam are ready to give their life, and
Okay, well, let me jump into it with the chizzy. So I think the reason why you're saying that you can't put Prophet Muhammad or God anyway, Allah, in any of those categories is because it's kind of the same, right? But the reality is, is God can be put into those categories because they're universal logic categories.
Why I'm putting Prophet Muhammad in spirit is because he came and he cared about our spirits, not just the flesh humans. He cared about our spirit afterlife, about our peace, about our mindset, true path. Uh, so all till he died, till his last breath, he was words were uh, typically in India as I have learned this lesson in Urdu. He was saying very ummah, that means my people, not an exact literal meaning, but something like that. So all his life he cared about was his people. He prayed to God for his people, and yeah, there are a lot of things, but all his purpose was to give guidance to our spirit, to enlighten our spirit. That's the reason I kept prophets in spirit, and not only Muhammad. It was the era when it was time of Isa alayhi salam. That is also about the Jesus, Musa alayhi salam, Moses, Ibrahim alayhi salam. So all these prophets in their era cared about people. They always wanted to guide not the people in the right way, but their spirits in the right way. Their thinking. Uh, they wanted to give the lifestyle, the correct lifestyle, the true way of God. What actually they wanted to show the reality. You know, one more thing. It is very debatable. I was seeing the video yesterday, but I'm not professional to comment on this one matter. In Arab, before Muhammad, they were allowed to marry like hundreds of women, and it's not Prophet Muhammad. After coming in Arab world, he brought a reform uh, to limit the marriage to only 4 wives. For that moment, it was very well reformed.
Oh shoot, you're out of time, Nawaz. I'll give you a little bit of fudge time to finish up there.
Yeah, and so
Yes, I also agree with Nawaz that Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam always prayed for his ummah. He would ask Allah for their forgiveness and mercy and guidance. Even during his own hardships, he remembered his people and made their supplication for their well-being, and both in this world and hereafter. So his love and concern for his ummah was so deep that he often stayed awake at night and praying for them, and constantly wished ease and blessing for everyone. So we also place Hazrat Isa and all the prophets of Allah Almighty in spirit.
Okay.
and Mark, if
Oh, you're out of time,
I
Nawaz. This is where you're gonna start to feel it. I would donate to you, but I don't have much time myself, and I want to say a point. My point is that this fact about them is very well established. The thing, though, is that Prophet Muhammad belongs in spirit because he is God on earth, and there's varying degrees. We call that propheticism. But if we weren't in touch with Allah in any way, shape, or form, we could never know Allah in any kind of perfection. Then you wouldn't know Allah was there at all, right? You would have no inkling. So the fact that we can touch Allah means that there's a
yeah,
refinement that
now
goes on.
I have
And
time. I'm sorry, Mark. I couldn't agree on your perspective. Saying like it is very Western perspectives saying prophets as
hold on,
God.
Uswa, you're not supposed to click approve total time. You have to ask, like, we're getting into real like nuclear dialectics, so you have to get somebody else to second you. So we're gonna start following the rules because we're gonna start getting nuclear, right? So it's these tools are gonna come in and save us. But okay, we'll allow this one because it's not gonna get too nuclear yet. I think probably by the next meeting or the next meeting, it'll start to get nuclear. But go ahead, Nawaz.
Yeah, because any of the prophets in history, they never claim to be themselves as God. It is their followers, or there are people who think they are God. Even Buddha, you can say. I think you're very knowledgeable. You're very knowledgeable. I appreciate that, Mark. You have read about Buddha. He never in his life claimed that he is God. It is a people. He in fact said there is no God. There is no. His theories were like. I'm sorry, I'm not getting that. Atheist. But the people, it's the people who started making his statues, and the Mahayana Buddha, Hinyan Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism got divided in two parts, and
Oh,
making
you're out of time,
statues.
Nawaz.
Yeah.
It's tough, right? It's tough. Yeah, I know all that. But the reality was, Buddha actually did believe in nirvana, and the fact that the no self constitutes the self. It's kind of equivalent to what Socrates said, right? Socrates was heralded as the wisest man in the world by the Oracle of Delphi because he had said something like, "Oh, I know that I know nothing." Well, that's facetious. Of course, he knew that he was a wise man, right? That's why people flocked all over the world to come and see him, or at least in his area. So the same thing is with Buddha. The same thing is with all of them. But the reality is what they're channeling is, hey, you got no time, my friend. Um, it's a logic, and the fact that we can think at all is a sign that we are in the ordering principle, and there is a perfection that you can achieve now, and it starts with the proof of truth. We can prove it, right? So the minute that we prove that God exists is the minute that you start to become not just aware of God's thoughts, but you start thinking as God on earth. And you might not think it totally perfectly in the perfect, but you're going to experience a weird phenomena like Prophet Muhammad and Jesus and even Buddha, where you're going to understand the nature of God's being. So it doesn't matter all the particulars. Yeah, Jesus claimed to be God, right? He did. Being one with the Father means that you're not just mimicking. There's an instantaneous connection. But it starts with the proof of truth. So did I send you the proof of truth, Nawaz? If you just want to type it in the chat, and then the ladies get the rest of the time. We got 9 minutes left. Minute and a half to Marlena, minute and a half Fudge, and then 4 minutes Uswa.
I feel like the disagreement here might be over whether it's God in its entirety or not.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, sorry, I can't talk.
30 seconds to you and 30 seconds to Nawaz.
Go ahead, Nawaz.
Yeah. Well, I forgot my point. I'll go ahead later. You carry on.
Okay, well, I'll give you 30 seconds anyway. I think I gotta get seconded from you two, from Marlena.
Second.
No, you can't second. You are the one that donated.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
you need Uswa to second you twice, actually. If she seconds you, then it'll go.
Can I second for myself?
I guess I can second for Nawaz. Go ahead, Nawaz.
Nah. Oh.
Okay, Marlena's out of time. I'll take 30 seconds. Yeah, like this idea that you can't know God, you're not all of God, is true in a certain sense. But when you're in the wakefulness of it, you'll understand what this perfection is. It's beyond just like approximating it or channeling it. You're thinking it for yourself now. And it's reliable. You can see it in all the particulars. You don't need to know the future. You already know the nature of things. So it's like you're already at the end of time, which is what God is like. And Uswa.
Oh, Mark, you used my 30 seconds.
No, I don't know what happened to your 30 seconds. Well, you can burn out for fudge time then. Go ahead, take 30 seconds off of fudge time.
Okay, Uswa was saying something. I'll talk it.
Yeah, go ahead, Uswa.
Yeah, I think this is good because just like we talk on GC, everyone share their own perspective, and sometimes we agree with others, and sometimes we don't agree, and that's completely fine because in the end, every person is the first witness of their own faith, and they understand it in their own way. So I believe it's okay to have these kinds of discussions as they help us reflect, learn, and see things from different angles without losing our own core and belief. And because in every person is a first witness of their own faith and belief.
You're the only one with time left, Uswa.
So, uh, being you do believe in God, right?
I don't believe in God. I know God.
But how do you claim that you know God?
I've proven it.
Have you ever talked? Have you ever got a message?
Yes. It's called the proof of
Or it
truth.
was just
It was on
it
God's
was
day.
just a, because if it is just a dream, sometimes dreams come what
No, it
we
wasn't a dream. I was wide awake. I proved it consciously.
how
There's something called
how
the
do
proof
you
of truth, and something called universal logic, and something called imminent
how do
negation.
you ensure that it is God, not the shaitan who was playing tricks with you?
Because you have to negate everything. So the only way to truth is through absolute negation.
But do you believe other prophets?
Well, yeah, that's why I recognize them, right? But they only know it in the form of channeling, usually. They don't know it in scientific form.
Do you think they're talking truth, or they were something manipulating? Or
Well,
the books are
some
manipulating?
all of them were manipulating to a certain degree, including Jesus, right? Including Prophet Muhammad. All of them had to, but they didn't do
Are
it.
you
They didn't
sure?
do it necessarily in a negative way. Like Jesus, for example, said he was using parables so that some people couldn't hear it, right? And it's like, oh, that
You
sounds a little
were not,
deceptive.
but how do you know Jesus was manipulating? You weren't there at the
No,
Jesus
because
time.
I just told you there's a passage in the Bible that says it, and it's been a
Yeah,
long-standing
it
passage.
might,
Yeah, I could try and find it
it
for you.
would be, but the Bible is written by humans, not Jesus himself. And by the way, Jesus was talking Aramaic, and there was a
Exactly, I
different
agree with
language.
you 100%. The reality is, there's different modes of talking about it,
You know
but nobody's talked
what
about it
my
in
point
this
is?
mode before. Anyway, we're
What my
burning the
point
fuck down.
is? Yeah, there are a lot of fruits. Okay, we can continue later.
Okay, go ahead, Uswa. Well, we can continue after this, but we're 2 minutes off for some reason. I think I subtracted 2 minutes off for some reason. Um,
Oh,
well,
okay,
we'll
can I continue?
donate 2 minutes to the song, or well, let's end on time. I'll end on perfect time because I'm the executor. I'm gonna pick Uswa to. I think she picked the song recently. Ah, I can't remember who picks the songs. I did one. I think Uswa did
Oh,
one.
it's my duty
Yeah,
to
go ahead. Yeah,
decide.
yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, go ahead.
We have Usma and Malena, but I prefer Malena because Usma is suffering from fever, and but Marlena is suffering mentally. I hope when we give Marlena a chance to play a song, she can feel better and she can express herself better.
Actually, we played her this morning. Actually, we did Aurora. So actually, it is you. Go ahead, pick a song. I'll pull it up. But
It is me.
Uswa has 2 minutes left. So while you're picking a song, Uswa, go ahead. You got 2 minutes.
Oh, yes. So morning I pick the song.
Yeah, you picked the song. Yep.
Yeah, so should I pick again?
Yep. Well, you picked it this morning. Okay. Dang it! What's going on here? Uswa, pick a song and take the last 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah. It was pick the song. I hope you can.
Hold on, just let's give her some space here for a second. Take a little breather. We're 2 minutes away. And there is something I want to say about Uswa's comment too, but
Aren't you going to do any feedback today?
yeah, but it's Uswa's time, so I was making a thing to protect it. So this way she gets used to the fact that perfect time is real. You really managed it well. Look. Yeah, considering it's hodgepodge, it can get better, a lot better, but okay, well, we got 1 minute to go. Yeah, each one of us takes 10 seconds to say a score, and then like this. I think we're probably at a 5 point, yeah, probably 5.5, and we can improve by voting more often, getting the rules under and building the platform. Okay, Nawaz, you?
Yeah, I'll give 6 out of 10 because it was very because but my role and Vishwas role, the strategies as a relationship builder, something is changed, and there are some points I couldn't understand. I believe if a prior briefing or prior notice would have helped us to execute our roles effectively. Thank you.
Okay, Marlena? Okay, Usfa?
8 out of 10. It was well, but I don't know how to play strategist role. So I will have to know about more the roles. So it is.
Okay, great. I was worried about that. Marlena, we'll give you one more chance. Are you there, Marlena? Okay. So I'm the influencer too, so I'm going to do the DJing, and we're right at perfect time, so if you have to go, you can go. This is the first time we ended right at 8 o'clock, so that was my point, right? When you get really good, we should be able to land the plane on time. So Usfa, that was great feedback. You're gracious with your time. You donated. You still made relevant comments, very beautiful comments, and this is in honor of you. We're gonna play the city school Quesadi- Quesida Berda Sharif. Enjoy.
Sridham, the Sharif.
Quesida Berda Sharif.
Yeah. now they have conquered almost whole Palestine.
Who conquered
So
almost
what
all
if
of
I
Palestine?
say, Israel people of Israel.
Yeah, like recently, right? In the last 70 years?
It was promised to them 3,000 something years ago, and so that they are making the hell for the people and the child present at present.
Yeah, like that right now, right? Like what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So do you see what's happening,
Do you
guys?
think that is good?
Well, now do you see what's happening, guys? Like I'm very strategic here, Nawaz. What's happening here is we're talking about the religion, the art, religion, science dialectic, and it's starting to go nuclear between me and Nawaz. But now it's starting to spread into the other nuclear dialectic, which is war,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then what's going to happen when we try and resolve that one, it's going to get into AI, and then it's going to get into meta. It's just going to light up the Megacrisis. When you try and resolve one of them, it's going to light up all of them. And the reality is like, look, I challenged him. He gave me a nice little story saying, hey, no, Christians and Muslims do get along. But then when we got real, when there's real skin in the game, hey, dismantle your mosque and give back the land. Well, land is a real
But why
power
don't you
token,
stay
right?
happy?
So the
I'm
power
sorry.
is where it comes in. Yeah, you're bad at that. Noah. Just let me finish making a point, and then you can cut in. But that's my point, right? When there's real power, then out comes ideology, and that's why you get wars. But what were you gonna say, Noah?
But why do you want to fight on some piece of land and for the sake of old people who already died and in their graves? Why can't you just leave? There are many things like problematic. Just go for peace. So be happy, be cultural. But this thing we have different religions in India, but these things we never fight, we never talk about these critical things in history. We leave these to professionals who are good, not among us.
Well,
We
you're
never.
talking to a. Go ahead, finish. Well, I am a professional. Like, I'm going to be teaching this to United Nations individuals. But the thing is, you're opening up a really good topic, right? It's like, well, I'm trying to get down to exactly what you're saying. Your English isn't quite reaching me fully.
Yes.
But it's like, I'm saying, okay, let's get real. Let's dismantle the mosque, which means, in effect, that it's dismantling the power structure and the symbol of power that makes Islam powerful in the world and has a voice. And right now, Islam is expanding faster than any other religion because of the birth rates. They're just having more children than anybody else on earth, right? So
Uh,
the Muslim population is expanding. So is the Christians, just not as fast. But the reality is, if we get rid of the voice, if we get rid of the symbols, if we start challenging the power structure, it does turn to war because people want to be heard. And having power structures and land gives you a higher guarantee that you're going to be heard. So when I said that, I said, okay, well, let's dismantle the temple then, or the mosque. And then you said, well, you said something about the Philistines and the Jews were harming Gaza. I don't quite understand what exactly how you're
okay.
refuting me there.
Okay, let me clarify that. So, what my point was, you said dismantle the mosque. So I said we gave refugee to the Israeli people, these Jew people. Uh, what if I say they have conquered not only the mosque, that small place, they have conquered whole big Palestinian nation. What if I say them to go back? Is it going to work, or is this peace which is going to work? Peace and dialect.
So you're saying that I think what you're saying is that there's no sense in destroying the mosque because it doesn't work in history, and you're giving the Israelis as an example, saying that uh, they're taking over their homeland back. Um, and then I'm not quite putting it together.
I have one more doubt. I don't think mosque is in the third temple's place. Mosque is beside the third temple wall. And by the way, it was not Muslim who destroyed the third temple. It was some Roman king, I guess. Greek
Yeah,
Roman king.
yeah, in 70 AD, but I just looked it up. The mosque is supposed to be built on top of the rubble. Let's
And
look at
after the Crusades, this Christian Crusades, Jerusalem was under the Pope's control. Then in Umar bin Khattab, when he surrounded the city, he don't want to do any bloodshed. So when Crusade, not exactly on the fact, when they submitted, they surrendered the city. They they gave some terms and conditions. They said they both agreed on one point that Jews can visit the city because while Crusades were having control, Jews were not allowed to visit the city. But as Umar bin Khattab, as Islam came there, they agreed on point that Jews can visit the city, but they can't make settlements there.
Why can't they make settlements there?
It was Crusades who set up the rules because they Crusades hates Jews and they were killing Jews.
Right, and then here it says that, I'm asking, what is built on the ruins of the Second Temple? And it says the Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque are built on the site where the Second Temple once stood in Jerusalem. Is that true?
I'm not professional. Yeah, I must fact check some of points.
So why would they do
You
that,
might
right?
ChatGPT and you also use ChatGPT. Is it?
Yeah,
contradictory?
usually ChatGPT is pretty accurate about these things because they're facts, right? And I remember hearing about it as well.
I'm getting a little bit late, sir. How about we continue this discussion in the evening?
Yeah, exactly. So, good job. You didn't go full nuclear on me. You're pretty not too bad. You have a potential to be actually sublative, because you're staying rational in the heat of the moment. And that's really what I'm checking for here is can you hold the seat of compassion and maintain your reasonability as we get closer to the proof of truth? Because you also asked the perfect question. It's like, well, how do you know the devil's not manipulating you? That's exactly the limit of Descartes, that the proof of truth gets passed. So I think you'll understand it. It's perfect. Okay, good. You passed the first test. So it's going to get a lot more intense than this. And I hope we do get some professionals in here. But yes, hopefully your friend can get your friend to do 3 bless-ons and we'll pay him like $9. I'll save $9 from him from what Marlena donates. And if he has any questions, let me know. Uswa, if you want to stay and learn about how to do this strategy thing, we can do that. But yeah, good stuff.
Can you do the blessings every day?
Who? The other guy?
Tahir.
Yeah, well,
Oh my.
he can do all 90. I just don't know when I'm going to be able to pay him. If he did all 90, then we're in debt to him for 90 blessings, right? So let me see.
Okay.
90 times 3 is 180. So, he can hold that over us as long as I don't die, right? He can do all 90, and then I'll try and pay him all that. And like, if he gets ahead, I can go to my friends and say, hey, look, I'm on the verge of death. We actually do have enough blessings. We just haven't paid for them. And then we can put some stipulations saying that it doesn't count as a real blessing unless it's paid for. Right? So, if we have a whole bunch of like blessings that are are hoarded there, like ready to be used, and I'm on the verge of death, somebody might come in and say, hey, we don't have time to do, 2 months worth of blessings or 2 weeks. We need like 1,500 blessings tomorrow. Then somebody will say, hey, I did 90 and I got paid only for 50. And then all of a sudden if we get 10 people like that, we have like 500 blessings, boom, paid for. And somebody might just put up 10 grand and just pay for everything. So yeah, if he wants to help do that, great. But just warn him, like, I'm trying to fundraise as we go. And yeah, if he wants to do 1 every day, he can. But he can do all 90 today and tomorrow. If he wants, he can do 10 today. It's really the pace that he can go at. But I want them to be regular enough that it doesn't fade from memory, because a lot of it is memorizing, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
we'll see. After I'm done eating here in 2 days, it's going to get real. Because if we can't get the blessings, I'm just going to starve to death. And it's going to be really intense. But that's what happens. Hmm.
Explain quick about this new updates on the relationship builder checklist.
Which one? Which part of the checklist?
Relationship builder.
Which part of it?
Note critiques. Give 3 compliments for each critique.
Critique. So, you know how I was critiquing you a little bit earlier, and I said, "Oh, don't cut me off" or something like that. Whenever you hear somebody negate somebody else, science shows that healthy relationships have 3 compliments for every 1 negation. So whenever a relationship builder hears somebody negate, they can give a. Usually they can, like, when we build our own platform, there's going to be a private chat for relationship builders to each person, and they can leave a private compliment to that person. So that in case they feel negated, they have a relationship builder in their corner vouching for them and pumping them up. So that's what that's supposed to be. But you can just put it in the chat, or you can give some thumbs up, or you can speak up and just say it to somebody and think, hey, Mark, you negated Nawaz are pretty hard, and Nawaz is pretty, he's a pretty patient, calm guy. He's very level-headed. So Nawaz just letting you know that, yeah, you're a good dude. And then, saying you're supposed to say 3 for every 1 critique. So you might think up 3 things like, yeah, and you got a nice smile, and you're also picking this up really fast. Like, you're a fast learner. There you go. There's 3 compliments for the 1 negation. And if we have like one person negating somebody like 15 times, then the relationship builders have to think up like 45 compliments to that person, or do an active service for them, like afterwards buy them a cake, or like, you can get really creative with it, but we want to maintain that 3 to 1. We definitely don't want to stop the negations, which is what Uswa is kind of risking. If you try and stop negations of people sort of attacking each other and each other's positions, then it turns sterile and fake, and it turns into the opposite of what we want it to be. So you do want to have that 1 negation, but in order for it to stay healthy, we got to get 3 compliments, and then you have like a nice balance. That's what that's for.
And type 2 positive life area habit. I gave it in chat. Is it right? What I did?
Which one? Correlate?
Relationship builder correlate. Yes.
So type 3 positive life area habits. I used to have a really big list of these things. Where did you type them in the chat here? Let me just see. Did you call them life area habits?
Yeah, I sent like 3 good habits.
Okay. Let me just copy the chat and search for it very quickly. Okay. Oh, okay, life area. Oh, there.
I already did it.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to post 3 life area habits. And it's a good start. But it's supposed to be like relevant to. You're supposed to make them like sort of relevant to the conversation at hand. So, like, one of them might be active listening, or because we're starting to talk over each other a little bit, right? And that's when it gets good to start voting for turn-based, right? But also meditation, gratitude journaling is good. Consistent reading, yeah, those are good habits. But we want to start doing them for people in the meetings, and yeah, we don't just want to post stale lists. Do you know what I mean? You can, but the really good relationship builders make it relevant to the people in the room and what's happening in the room. So if somebody like swears at somebody else, you might say that a positive habit would be to take that person out for coffee after, or to meditate with them. Like, it's hard to explain off the bat, but we want to be there to help people do these things, not just like, here's our list and then go do it by yourself, right? We want to do things together. That's kind of what Spirit is. Sometimes they have to go off and do things on their own, but when they're in here, this is why having a private chat would be better, is that you can kind of like work with somebody in a side conversation while the main chat's going on. And then you can vote yourself into different meetings, even where it's like, if somebody's really going nuclear, they can go into a different group, calm down with people that are like them, and then they feel safe again. And then, like for example, like in our conversation, if there's Muslims and Christians and Jews in, right, and it sounds like I'm defending Christians and Jews because I'm attacking Islam's mosque, that's by the Second Temple, right, then you might start getting triggered. And then all of a sudden, if you get too irate, then you would vote yourself into an Islam meeting where you can calm down and be like, oh, I'm amongst my people, they get me, they understand. And then once you're healed up and you feel safe, then you come back into the dialectic again, and then we try and continue the conversation without going nuclear. And same with the Christians. They might go nuclear, right? They might, screw you guys, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, you're out of, you're past the crisis curve. The animal brain is taking over the human brain. We'll take them off to the side to their Christian groups until they feel safe, and then they can come back. So each person has that.
Okay, so what about this first one relevant of 36 questions?
Yeah, that's like a romantic thing, but I wanted to try and experiment with making it more like friendship based. But it can also prime the space for romance too, because some people might need that. Like they're just really intriguing, scientifically proven questions that make things work, right? Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? These are just really revealing questions. So you can do them during the check-ins. You can do them during the wisdom teams to build trust in the wisdom teams.
Okay.
You can just drop them in relevant places like, what would constitute a perfect day for you? So you and I were talking about perfection earlier, right? So is there such thing as a perfect day? And once you memorize these, we all get them into our brains. Your brain will start to think of creative ways of threading them into the conversation. Or like here's one thing that's really clever. When we say goodbye at the end of the meetings, we say, okay, during the song, we're just gonna end the song and you can go. We're gonna make like an ocean and we're just gonna wave. Right? Did you catch the joke?
I didn't catch that last part. While going.
Right, I threaded in a joke very, very seamlessly. So during the meetings, when we end the meetings with a song, we don't talk during the song. If our cameras are on, you just wave goodbye and you just leave, right? So what I do to line us up for that is I say, hey guys, let's make let's not talk. Let's just make like an ocean and wave, and then leave. Right? Like oceans have waves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you thread it in very seamlessly, very relevantly. Right? We're going to be talking about waving goodbye in the meeting. So a joke that threads into that very naturally is, let's just make like oceans and ocean and wave, and then play the song. And then people are left there thinking, oh, it wasn't like a canned joke where it's like, hey everybody, stop the meeting. Do you know what the end of the meeting and what oceans have in common? They both have waves in common, and we're about to wave. Like if you tell it in a canned way like that, it kills the flow. So when you get really good, you thread it in, and people won't even notice. Like it'll cause them to giggle spontaneously because it happens so fast. Right? They'll be like, why the heck did he say make like an ocean and wave? Like, why did he? And then it'll click for them. Like, oh, because we're waving, You don't need to explain it. It just happens. If people are paying attention. So that's what these 36 questions and all these things should be like. But that's the next level. When you get really good, that's where it starts to happen naturally. And really good diplomats do that. Professionals do that. They're very, very good at that kind of humor. And these questions are very, very good at getting past the superficial while getting deep. That's called a sublation.
Yes.
Deep and superficial happening simultaneously. So take a read over them. There's one thing that works really, really well is staring into each other's eyes. So, that's really intense. And we can start doing that in like breakout rooms. But it's a really fast way to build intimacy. Like friendship, romance, trust, anything like that. It's really intense. It doesn't have to be romance, by the way. So that's why I put them there.
And when it comes to co-correlate, choose one love language to do. What is mean by this?
You don't know what the love language is?
Not precisely.
Let me see here. I thought I linked them. Choose one love language. Okay. So the love languages, if you just search them up very quickly, it's pretty easy. Love languages are quite famous around the world. And poor Uswa didn't get to do her strategist thing. Here it is. So if you go to Wikipedia and type in the 5 love languages, it's quality time, it's touch, it's gifts, it's words of affirmation, and acts of service. So I'm gonna link it right here while we're chatting about it. Love language. Choose one love language. Okay. Okay, boop, 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 boop. Done, 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 done. Boom. Okay, so now you get the list there. And you just type in the chat GPT, just put in, okay, what are 5 things I can do? I actually did it this morning. I was going to put it in the chat this morning, but we ran out of time. But take it up and just say, hey, what are 5 love languages we can do per love language that's appropriate for friends, acquaintances, and colleagues. And it actually thought up some pretty good options this morning. So yeah, try that, and then you actually would be able to check off all those items. So yeah, you didn't complete any. There's always one thing that was like throwing you off, right? And that's kind of why I designed it that way. I thought the first one would be pretty simple. Okay. Well, what I should do is say, okay, you at least got the relationship builder one. 3 positive life area. Well, the fact that you kind of learned it, we could pay people for the training. As long as you ask a question about it, we'll pay you maybe once for like a question, but then the second time you have to do it. If you don't do it, then you miss it. And the reason why we have to stick to our standards like that is because if you don't set your standards, people don't respect them, and then it just degrades, and then people come in and take the money and don't do anything, and then we don't go anywhere. And that's not exactly your personality, but there's some people that will come in like that in the beginning before they start to figure out what makes them flow. But yeah, I think because you understand each one of them now, then the next time you do these flow rolls, you should do them, not like ask me questions about them. Even if you do them in a canned way, at least do them. And then yeah. So I'll still count these as 3 blessings because you made an effort for each one, and we touched base at the end here, which was great. And then for strategist, yeah, I think tomorrow you're going to do strategist. And I'll send you the sort of instructions maybe ahead of time. Or you can come in 15 minutes early and we can just go over it. What do you think?
Okay, fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
Meet you
Okay.
in
Hmm?
next meeting, sir. I'm getting late. Sorry for that. See you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Peace. to the courthouse today. Oh man, I'm exhausted. They wouldn't give me a wheelchair in one of the buildings. The sheriff's did, the main courthouse, but the other one, the car took with me. What's the updates now? The updates are alright, we're on day 112. I'll get everything straight.
Selected to receive the Resident Presidential Scholarship from Utah State University. The value of this scholarship is approximately $32,000. This scholarship is available for 4 years or 8 semesters.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna get back on track here and start stream 154. And we're still on day 112, or no, day 113, right? Starting to lose track of days a little bit. Good thing I mapped them out. Okay, so we're on day 112, yeah, we're on day 113. So 154. I feel a little dehydrated, not going to lie. Okay, welcome part 154's. The last clip was short because I forgot to turn the stream off when I left the house for the law court this morning. So I'm on day 113 of this worldwide Megacrisis Hungerstrike. Things are changing, right? We're making progress. We're not staying totally still, but we need to go faster. You can help with that. So we're just getting back on track because there's a 12-hour cycle that I got used to, and I'm going to stick to it. So it's better to have a short one and then stay on track with my timers and a whole bunch of things. I got a little bit of food coming in. We're out of money. It's a scary time, right? Because this is like the dawn, the darkest before dawn situation, where a lot of things aren't working out. A lot of things seem hopeless. A lot of things feel like they're not going to make it. But you have to pay attention to the things that are and keep pursuing those things. My stomach is still full. It's not that good. Anyway, keep sublating.